Hello, my lovely peaches. I went from super excited to make a video to, oh my god, listening to the story about the cold-blooded murder of Sonia Macy by that absolutely disgusting, racist, evil cop. But then that only makes me even more empowered to say what I was originally going to make a video about, which is Kamala 2024.
At lovedreamingpeach.com.
At lovedreamingpeach.com.
We need blue. Vote for blue. As Abraham Hicks says, let's get tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. Timothy Leary used to say, tuned in, turned on, and dropped out. LSD. Abraham Hicks says, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And what I'm saying is, unless you're a super racist, super sexist, or mildly racist, mildly sexist person, you ought to be voting blue. And I felt super excited because I was actually arguing with my sister and my baby's daddy a few weeks ago, saying I just can't bring myself to vote for Biden. I think I'm just not going to vote because, or actually I think I'm going to vote third party. That's what I was saying. I can't bring myself to vote for that guy, Biden, because I feel like he's half dead. And I'm not ageist, I'm not sexist, but I do believe that there's a place and a time to say I may not be able to do what I used to do, and maybe it's time to stop trying to do it the same way. And in this case, the President of the United States, I feel, should be someone who is experienced but young and vibrant and has a lot of vitality and a lot of strong mental capacity, which I did not feel the confidence in Biden. However, after I heard Trump speak at the RNC, I was like, oh, I'm absolutely voting for Biden, because absolutely not. That guy is scary. He's racist. He's evil. He is a devil. In my opinion, he is a terrible, 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 terrible crook. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. You are a crook. He is like an actual crook. And people who want to vote for him, I don't know. I don't know what your ideals are. I don't know what it is that you're glomming onto. Are you racist? Are you sexist? Are you a freak? Okay, wait. Now that could be taken down for bullying. I'm not trying to bully, but I am definitely voting for Kamala Harris. I would love it. I wish she could have VP AOC. AOC VP. We're not going back. AOC for VP. Kamala 2024. I'd love that. But I think she's going to pick some white guy. I think it would be much cooler if there was another woman on the ticket, or maybe a gay guy, or anybody. Another woman of color, a lesbian, somebody powerful, somebody accomplished. That was my whole thing that I was saying to my sister and my baby's daddy. Like, the thing is that I know for a fact that there are perfectly capable, highly intelligent, and really good people who could totally do the job. Why are we clinging to this old ass dead motherfucker? Okay, so now he's out. Kamala's in. Again, I had issues with Kamala. I wasn't like thinking she was the best thing of everything. However, she's a bazillion times better than Trump. And people who are like, we don't even know her. She doesn't even go here. What the fuck? Where have you been? But she's been there. It's not like she's brand new. She doesn't even know what she's doing. She's a former prosecutor. Have you seen her speak? I was impressed, actually, after all. That did impress me. I had said I wasn't impressed, but I saw some more. Actually, it was Meredith Constant played something. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can pop that on.
Or Brett Kavanaugh. In particular, the questioning
That's
of
Meredith.
then junior senator from California, Kamala Harris. It's better than I remembered.
Can you think of any laws that give government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm happy to answer a more specific question, but
Male versus female.
there are medical procedures.
That the government has the power to make a decision about a man's body?
I thought you were asking about medical procedures.
Kavanaugh was so bad at this. So bad. You want to be the Supreme Court justice, and you can't think of if there are any laws that the government makes decisions over a man's body in regards to medical procedures.
Have you discussed Mueller or his investigation with anyone at Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, the law firm founded by Mark Kasowitz, President Trump's personal lawyer? Be sure about your answer, sir.
Well, I'm not remembering Kasowitz, Benson.
Yes or no?
Well, is there a person you're talking about?
I'm asking you a very direct question, yes or no?
I'm not sure I know everyone who works at that law firm.
I don't think you need to. I think you need to know who you talked with.
You want to tell me who you're thinking
So are
who
you
works?
saying that with all that you remember, you have an impeccable memory? You've been speaking for almost 8 hours, I think more, with this committee about all sorts of things you remember. How can you not remember whether or not you had a conversation about Robert Mueller or his investigation?
I would like to know the person you're thinking of, because what if
I
there's...
think you're thinking of someone and you don't want to tell us. I'll ask again. I asked the question just a minute ago. I'm surprised you forgot.
Yeah, that's the person that I want representing the United States.
Thank you, Meredith Constant. So, yes, and it also brought back memories of how impressed I was with her in the debates last time. So, she is a highly intelligent woman. Yes, they make her look like a laughing hyena, as if that's all that she can do. And they have either not utilized her much, or they just haven't talked a lot about what she's been doing, which could be in part due to systemic racism, which leads me back to the other issue, Sonia Macy. And I do believe that if you vote for Trump, more and more and more of that kind of thing will be emboldened, and the disgusting racist murderers who wear badges will feel empowered, and Trump will actually grant them immunity from being prosecuted. I heard a clip that that's what he would like to do. So I just am so utterly disgusted at what I saw about what happened to Sonia, who called the cops to help her feel safe, and they stole her life. And it's disgusting. And the fact that we're still dealing with this in 2024, and that anybody thinks that that anybody thinks there's any justification. Even the thing that I read on CNN, I felt like vomiting. Like, how could they even talk about it in such a way as if the cops were doing anything correct, and as if Sonia had did anything wrong, which she absolutely did not. She was a complete innocent victim of disgusting police racist brutality, and it is so utterly disgusting that people support murderers. I'd like to see something positive about Sonia. So I came across this statement from Vice President Kamala Harris on Sonia Massey. Sonia Massey deserved to be safe. After she called the police for help, she was tragically killed in her own home at the hands of the responding officer sworn to serve and protect. Rest in peace, innocent and beautiful woman. You didn't deserve it. It's not right.
I'm very clear and I'm very eloquent. He needs to resign.
She's just a ball of energy. She could talk to anybody.
Family attorney
To find out what the sheriff's department knew when
His attorney did decline to comment. He is being held without bond. Meanwhile, the DOJ says it is aware and will continue.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. One of the last sentences spoken by Miss Sonia Massey before she was executed in her own home by an officer that was called there because she thought somebody was trying to break in.
It's super dark. It's 1:31 a.m. Hello, my lovely peaches. Welcome and welcome back. I am going to make this a little quick part 2 as an addition to the video I just made. So I'm going to pop it on my YouTube where I'll add the two clips together. So if you're on TikTok, you can scroll back and see part 1. And if you're on YouTube, I'm probably going to have made this landscape, or maybe I'll keep a portrait. I don't know. Anyway, so I had said, if you're mildly racist or sexist, maybe, not. But also, I'm giving a call out even to the mildly racist, mildly sexist, mildly prejudiced. And I'm going to mention how I also had said, so first of all, this is about Vote Kamala 2024. Yes, vote blue, vote Kamala. I don't think she is a garbage or throwaway vote. I don't think she's an anybody but Trump vote. I don't. I think she's an excellent candidate. She's literally the vice president of the United States. She's been in the job for 4 years. She was a prosecutor and a senator before that. She's got the experience. She's skilled. But I guess she's going to go the short list of the 2 supposed VPs. I don't remember their names right now, but it's like just two regular old white guys. The reason I particularly called for a woman, a gay guy, a lesbian, and now I'm going to hark back to what Director Wray, W-R-A-Y, the FBI Director Wray, said today. Well, he was asked by the proudly racist, sexist senators that were questioning him, does the DEI standards now, have they lowered standards so in fact people can get in now? Basically saying, in order to hire diversity, equity, inclusion, people of color, the gay guy, the lesbian, the person who may have some physical challenges, maybe somebody who's neurospicy or neurodivergent, all of those, basically anybody who ain't a white fucking guy, and they label it DEI, not a white guy, DEI, and then they have the nerve to get up there and say, the nerve, the audacity, the fucking gall, the outright shamelessness in their arrogant racism. Question FBI Director Wray, by hiring these DEI, meaning not white guys, haven't you lowered the standards? And he fucking burnt that motherfucker to a crisp, saying, actually, we have made it more rigorous. And then the guy came back and said, well, there's these old white guys who used to be in the FBI, and they did a report saying that the new DEI hires got it. They only got in because they had it easier. And he said, well, I understand that those old white guys, I am paraphrasing, those old guys who were in the FBI feel that way. The good old boys club, that they're mad is no longer the good old boys club because they let some diverse people in. He said, I understand they feel that way, but the facts are on our side. We have the facts. We have the standards that are now harder to get in. He basically said those motherfuckers couldn't get in now if they had tried because they wouldn't pass the tests. Okay? Again, paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. Yeah, we know that those old racist white guys who used to be in the FBI and the Secret Service are pissed because now we let people of color and women and gay and lesbian and people on a spectrum of all kinds, people who are gender fluid or neuro fluid or, able fluid, whatever you want to label them. People, human beings who are diverse. Oh my God, you hire diverse people? Yeah, because diversity is what makes anything thrive. Whether it's a plant you're growing in your garden, human beings that you are trying to propagate the world with, or anything. Leadership, your diet, diversity makes things thrive. Homogeneous, everything is all the same, makes things die. Okay, that's a plague. So, what else did I want to say? So, why do I say I would love it if Kamala would have a diverse VP candidate, not just some other white guy? Because we've had just some other white guy since the beginning of the colonialist colonizing, genociding, stealing this country from the natives. It'd be nice if there could be a native indigenous person running alongside her. Meaning, my children are being loud in the back when they should be asleep right now. But I'm over here making videos for TikTok. So why would I push and want specifically somebody who is either a woman of color or maybe a man of color, or maybe a man of color who is in the LGBTQ plus, or maybe a gender fluid person, anybody other than another freaking white guy? Because you know what? I had enough of them. I've seen them every single which way you look, in every post, in every corporate place, every basic ass place, everywhere you go. We're super saturated with places where there's supposed to be leadership being super saturated with people strictly because they're white guys. So these white guys who hate the whole rest of the freaking diverse world because they just want to call them DEI hires, your racism is showing and you don't even care, and that is shameless. The utterly shameless, proud to be racist, proud to proclaim that they are actually still like pushing this eugenic type of backwards. Again, that's why I love the we're not going back. We're not going back. Why would we want to go backward? Why would we want to go backward to a time, a place and a time where white racist men believe that they can just walk out and just kill completely innocent people in their own homes because of the color of their skin? And they actually think that they can get away with it? And then you have an actual convicted felon. He hasn't been sentenced yet, so he can still get Secret Service protection, but he has been actually convicted of 34 counts on felony charges, as well as found liable in the civil court for graping someone, an actual real woman, and yet people will still vote for him. Like when he said you could grab him by the see you next Tuesday, I thought that was it. He was toast. But no, he was in the White House. So this world is just so weird. And that's why I think, even the mildly racist people, you can maybe realize how it might be better if there's diversity in the world. And if we don't go back to that, and if we don't embolden people who would be happy for you to no longer exist, and have them walking around free with armed and emboldened with weapons of words and actual weapons of actual violence and destruction. Like, I think that we should be really fighting to push that fulcrum back away from where people are shamelessly racist. As a white woman who has a mother who's a black woman who's raised me my whole life, who I cherish and I love, and we're still very close to this day, I know what it feels like to be a victim of racism, and I'm so disgusted by it that we're going backwards. It's 2024, guys, not 1824.
At lovedreamingpeach.com.